Tony Yachinsky, 76 D Street. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a proud parent of a Voke School honor roll student. And for those of you who do know me, I'm still a proud parent of a Voke School honor roll student. I'd like to thank the Assembly for keeping me away from the political ads for 2 hours. Thanks, that was great. And with the election coming up tomorrow, I'm feeling rather American tonight. And I think that this is an American process. All we're asking you to do tonight is to vote that we bring this to a ballot election so that all of the taxpayers, all of the homeowners, and all of the parents can vote whatever way they want, up or down, on this project. Thank you.
Any further discussion?
Hi, my name is Melinda Betancourt. I'm at 96 Clark Ave in Dracut. This is my first town meeting. I was not expecting to be up here right now. I actually didn't know that this was even on the agenda. But I am a Voke graduate. I graduated in 1998, and I actually started at Dracut High. But I was having some troubles, and so I moved on to the Voke, and I am so grateful that I was able to go there and have the opportunities that I have had because of it. I am now a registered nurse. I went on to graduate and go to college and become that. I'm a community nurse. I'm a visiting nurse, so I go to your community, to your door, to your home. I live in Dracut. I met my husband at the Voke, and I'm still married 10 years later to him. I have, thank you. I have 2 little children. One is 4. He's Logan. He's going to be starting kindergarten next year in Dracut. And I think it's important to give him the opportunity to decide for himself whether to go to the new Dracut High or the new Voke. I think it's important for us to think about our children's future and for them to have the opportunity to look outside of just their small town, and the Voke does that for them. It also gives them the opportunity to look at what other things they might be good at and decide on what they want to do with their life, which is such a big decision. So for that, I really think that this is a great thing. And it's the most it's going to cost is $27 a year. That's it. Thank you.
Is there any further discussion?
I'm Bernie Sager, 896 Methuen Street in Dracut. I'm also a graduate of the school in 1979, which was the first class that went the full 4 years at the school. And I think it's a great investment. This amount that's matched by the state is unbelievable. I don't know where they're going to get the money, but they say they're going to pay it, so that's a good thing. I don't think we should really give this a second thought because this is moving it to the voters of Dracut to decide ultimately tonight. The thing you have to keep in mind with the vocational education system is that most of the businesses you see when you go up and down Lakeview Ave are trades and services people that didn't necessarily go to college, and I think they play an important role, not just to Dracut, but to the country. Both presidential candidates say 50% of the college graduates can't find jobs, and then the colleges say come back and buy some more credits and try again. Most of the vocational school students get out and they can work. I was self-employed at 20 years old, 2 years after I was out. Some of them do go on to 2-year colleges, and some also go on to 4-year colleges. But the success rate at the school is phenomenal. We've read a lot about the Voke in the local media recently about things that I think are National Enquirer type stuff, but we haven't read about the fact that, at least from the metal fab shop that I'm involved with, our students came in second in the nation. I didn't read one thing about it, about the hard work that the teachers and the students have done. So I don't think everybody in Dracut really knows what they're producing over there, but it's all good stuff. So I would ask for your vote to approve this tonight so we can go on to the voters. Thanks.
Any further discussion?
George Bogue, 45 Dean Ave. I guess it falls to me to play the part of the Grinch tonight. My son graduated from the Voke, so I know it's a good school. I've been there. I know it does need repairs. It's 40 years old, but I have some concerns. December 11th, you could not pick a worse day for an election. It's cold, it could snow, it's a month after the general election, it's 3 weeks before Christmas. Everyone's busy, no one is paying attention. We'll have a turnout of 5% maybe deciding this. Then, I saw the presentation apparently you were giving out. I looked at it, it was online today. I hunted around a little bit. I can't find a complete description of what the entire project is. I understand the critical need component, but there's about 10 million of non-critical need. I know some is labs, some is a cafeteria. I'd like to see a breakdown of exactly what those numbers are. The presentation also talks about we have the lowest financing years and we need to take advantage of that, and I understand that, but if you look at the details, the first bonds will not be issued for a year and a half. More bonds will be issued in 4 years. To think that in a year and a half and 4 years from now, we are going to have the same low interest rates we have now, it's not going to happen. Interest rates could double in that time, which would increase the funding, the interest costs 15 to 20%. Also, just, as I say, I like the Voke. It's a good school, but it's not subject to the same budgetary constraints as the member communities. If you look at their budgets, while we're laying off teachers, this year's Voke school budget, they propose to give e-readers to all their staff members. And if you broke down the price of what the e-readers are, they were paying more than if they bought them on Amazon, retail. If you're buying in bulk, why aren't you getting a better price than that? And I also have concerns that the leadership structure of the Voke could be changing in the next couple of years. You've got the city solicitor from Lowell is arguing that Lowell is underrepresented and they want to change the structure so that in a couple of years, Lowell could have a supermajority of the Voke school board and will basically be able to put through anything they want. So I don't necessarily oppose a renovation, but I think this thing is kind of being rammed through quickly, sight unseen. I think we could end up with higher cost overruns in the future, and then we're in it at that point. It's like the big dig. You're already in it. The price has gone up. You're going to have to kick in the difference. So I would argue that I think this is the wrong time for this proposal to be voted on. I would urge you to vote no. Thank you.
Any further discussion?
My name's Rainey Dion Jr. I live on 52 Concord Road, Dracut, Mass. I recognize a lot of people here. I go by Butch. Graduate, 1984, Greater Lowell Voke Graphic Arts Program. 28 years later, I'm still in graphic arts. I'm a salesman for a printing company here in Massachusetts. Voke did great things for me. A couple of things that George just said. The Voke did spend a lot of money this year, but I think it was $150,000 on education. My son's a student sophomore in the auto tech program there, and he got a laptop this year. The reason he got the laptop is because automotive programs are run on laptops. That's how they analyze the cars and stuff like that. He does his homework on it. This has been a great school for my son. Recently also, I've served on the advisory board for probably 5 years now at the Voke, and recently I got elected on the school council as a parent advisor. I think this is a great value for Dracut to accept this and put this to vote and let the town decide. It's for the cost that's involved, it's a great value for us right now. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Does anyone here wish? We've already had we've had 7 people speak in favor and 1 person speak against. Is there anyone else here who wishes to speak against? Do you wish to speak against?
No.
Okay. Is there any objection to move the question on this issue? We had 7 people. Okay. All those in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have, and the motion carries. We have a motion to adjourn.